Hello, everyone. First, wanted to say thank you so much for finding a way for me to participate, even though I couldn't be there in person. So my name is Cassie, and I'm the coordinator of citizenship and community-based learning at the University of Guelph. What this means is that I coordinate social justice experiential education programs for students at the U of G. So basically, these are anywhere from 5 to 10 day experiences that focus on particular social justice themes. So I have a program on food justice. We have one on truth and reconciliation. There's some that focus on race and racism. And these programs are led by staff and graduate students, and I coordinate all of the education aspects, including training and development for the leaders, and all of the training and preparation and post-program sort of wrap up for the students. So it's a really interesting job. I really love the opportunity to create these transformative learning experiences for students. I'm going to try and answer the questions that the organizers put out to me as succinctly as possible. So first, I think one of the main things that I would suggest focusing on throughout your graduate work and in finding a career is focusing on building relationships with other people. So I probably spent about the first year of my master's just going to events, listening, anything related to food justice, social justice, the food system. I would connect with other people there, talk to them, and just was really genuinely curious about the topics and about other people who had similar values and passions. And after about a year of doing this, really cool opportunities started to come out of those connections, whether it was volunteer work, resources, paid work. And I realized that what I'd actually been doing was accidentally networking with people, even though I really don't like that term or concept. I genuinely just thought that I was making friends with others. And I think that you can't underestimate the value in building genuine relationships and approaching relationship building in a really sincere way. You never know what kind of opportunities can come out of that. Obviously, there's some connections where the opportunities may not arise later, and that's why I think it's so important to go in valuing the relationship itself, and building this sort of web of other people that are interested in similar things to you. And again, there is no way to know what kind of cool opportunities can come out of that. So I did that a lot and got a lot of really cool opportunities, paid work, volunteer work, the opportunity to write book chapters out of doing those sorts of things. And that also led directly into the job that I'm doing because I participated in the programs that I now coordinate when I was an undergraduate student at the University of Guelph. So I already had a lot of people in common. It's how I found out about the job, and that helped a lot in sort of getting my foot in the door for the position. When I originally took the job, it was covering a maternity leave, and then that person decided to not return to the role. So this summer will be 3 years for me in that position, which was not something that I had anticipated at all. The second thing is kind of segues into the second component. I would really encourage everyone to find ways to apply their interests through volunteer work or paid work, and to do that throughout their graduate careers. In some graduate programs, like in the Master's in Environmental Studies, I was able to do volunteer work in some paid positions and count them as experiential learning credits. And if you have the opportunity to do that in your graduate program or to do some applied work and do some readings associated with it and have a supervisor oversee that as an independent readings course or an independent learning course, those are really great things to pursue. As I said, I participated in these programs that I now coordinate when I was an undergraduate student. Without that direct experience and without the direct experiences I got as a graduate assistant working at Black Creek Community Farm, as a volunteer working at Food Share, and a whole bunch of other sort of applied learning, I wouldn't have been able to get into the job that I'm in now. And if you're interested in the food system, chances are that you want to see some sort of concrete, tangible application to your interests. So I would really encourage everyone to find ways to either integrate that into your graduate learning or to pursue that in addition to the learning that you're doing academically. And the last thing I would say for me is that I had to challenge some of my assumptions around what my work would look like. when I was originally offered this position, I actually had a lot of hesitation around taking it because I had assumed that I would be working in a not for profit organization focused directly on the food system, doing some kind of food education work. And I didn't anticipate that I would be doing a role like this one. And when I talked to my master supervisor about it, his wise words were that there would always be underpaid contract work in the food system, and that the opportunity to take a stable paid job and to find ways to integrate food work into that job was really unique. And that for the food system and for the food movement to really work, we need to have people who are interested in food and have strong values around food in positions everywhere, not just within the food system itself, or within particular not for profit organizations. And so I'm really glad that I listened to that. For example, in the role that I have now, I've had the opportunity to create an entire experiential learning program focused on food justice, which is something that I wouldn't have been able to create otherwise. And I think it's important to remember that there's not only the work that you do, but the other aspects of your life where you have a chance to apply these interests to. So I don't get to focus on food 100% of the time in the work that I'm in now, but I do get to focus on many things that I care about, especially social justice education. I get to work in a really great place. And outside of my job, there's also opportunities for me to apply those interests and passions in things like community gardens and volunteer work and community building work. What matters is the entire sort of experience of my life and not only the stuff that I'm paid for. So I don't want to take up too much time, but I'll include my contact information. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, I'm really happy to share more in depth about my experience finding work after graduation. Um, and really happy to have an opportunity because I participated in these pre-conference sessions when I was a graduate student and found the connections that I built there really helpful. So hopefully this helps some of you, and please do get in touch if there's any questions you want to talk about anything afterwards. Have a great time at the conference. Bye.